Good morning, students. So, this is the last class of metals and non-metals in theory concepts, and we'll see one class as the exercise. Okay. See what we have seen in metals and non-metals. Initially, we have seen what are metals, what are materials, how they are classified as metals and non-metals, what are the properties of metals, what are the properties of non-metals, malleability, ductility, sonorous. These all you have to remember. And after that, physical properties of metals and of course reactions of metals, that we can call them as chemical properties of metals. So what happens is, here in this class we are seeing uses of metals. So last class we have seen chemical properties of metals as well as non-metals. You have to remember all the reactions. But in this class what we are seeing? We are seeing uses of metals. So what are the uses of metals? See, first one, metals, you have to remember all the metals and their symbols, whatever I have given. 20 metals and symbols and reactivity of metals. Below hydrogen they are less reactive, above hydrogen they are more reactive, and uses of non-metals also. So here we are seeing some of the important uses of metals. So metals are used in machinery. These are used in machinery. So whatever machinery the mechanical engineer does or in the machine systems, we are using metals. If you see the bike in there you can see some metals. Car machinery also we can use metals. So that is it, we come across automobiles, car and bus, then bike. These all come under automobiles. There also we are using metals, and in machinery, other machinery like factories where the machinery is present, there we are using the metals. Okay, you have to remember at least 4. Remember 4 to 6 at least. Okay, then we are using these metals in aeroplanes. Metals are used in aeroplanes also. 2 mark question will comes. Write the applications of metals or uses of metals. So we have to write it 4 or 6. 4 you write for 2 mark, or if it is asked for 3 mark, you can write 6. These are used in aeroplanes. Aeroplanes, you know. Okay. So metals are also used in aeroplanes, and of course they are used in trains. In trains also metals are used. Satellites. What is the work of satellites? Satellites give us the information about which they have been sent, whether it is a planet or you can say moon, okay, or earth. So geostationary satellites we can say. Okay, about that they give us the information. Okay, so then there also we are using metals and industrial gadgets. Metals are also used in industrial gadgets. You should remember this. Metals are also used in industrial gadgets. Then they are used in cooking utensils. Cooking utensils, I think you know all that. In cooking utensils also metals are getting used. Metals used in cooking utensils. Then water boilers. You have seen water boilers also. For the transformation of it, there should be a metal. Okay. Then those metals are used in water boilers. You should remember what are the uses of metals. Metals are used in machinery. Metals are used in automobiles. Metals are used in trains. Metals are used in aeroplanes. Metals are used in satellites. Metals are used in industrial gadgets. Metals are used in cooking utensils, and metals are used in water boilers. You should remember all these things where the metals are used in machinery, in automobiles, in aeroplanes, trains, satellites, industrial gadgets, cooking utensils, and water boilers. In these all cases, metals are used. I hope up to this much everything is clear till we go to uses of non-metals. For the uses of non-metals, I want you to all open your textbook. So last time I said in last page there are some questions that they have given as use of non-metal. Which non-metal is used there? So here those points. Okay, I will read the last sentence. Here are some interesting ones. We are sure that you will guess them right. The first one, non-metal is essential for our life, which all living beings inhale during breathing. See, which gas we inhale during breathing, that is a non-metal. Which non-metal it is? See, I will tell you, that is oxygen. Oxygen is the non-metal that is essential for our life. So please take your pencil and write down there in front of that, oxygen. So uses of non-metal, oxygen is used for breathing purpose, breathing of breathing purpose of living beings. Purpose of all living beings. All living beings. Even plants also use oxygen for photosynthesis. So that is why I have written it as living beings, or you can say inhaling purpose of animals. So inhaling is intake of oxygen of all animals. We can say all animals. So oxygen is used for inhaling purpose of all animals. See, whatever the respiration we are doing, what we are doing, we are taking the oxygen inside. Of course, carbon dioxide we are exhaling. So we are inhaling, that is intaking the oxygen. We are leaving out the carbon dioxide. That means inhaling of oxygen and exhaling of carbon dioxide. Okay. So this oxygen is also what? Non-metal. This is a non-metal. You should remember that. Oxygen used for inhaling purpose of all animals. Second one, non-metals used in fertilizers to enhance the growth of plants. Non-metals are used in fertilizers to enhance the growth of plants. See, this should be used in fertilizer that the plant should be grown. So that we can call it as nitrogen. So nitrogen is again a non-metal which is used in fertilizers. It is used in fertilizers to enhance the growth of plants. To enhance the growth of plants. To enhance the growth of plants. So nitrogen is used in fertilizers to enhance the growth of plants. So what happened? Oxygen is used for inhaling purpose of all animals, whereas nitrogen is used for the fertilizers. It is used in fertilizers, whichever the chemical fertilizers we are using, in that we are using nitrogen. Why? Because nitrogen is very helpful for the growth of plants. Okay. So that is why it is used in fertilizers to enhance the growth of plant. Plant should be grown properly. Okay, that is why it is used in fertilizers, and that fertilizer is used for the irrigation purpose or in plant purpose, in plant growth. So they can use it in agriculture, so that the plant can be grown very easily. The growth of plant can be done very easily. Okay, this is nitrogen. And the third one is there. You please write down second one as nitrogen. Third one is there, non-metal used in water purification process. I think all of you have gone for swimming pool. If not gone, at least once you have gone, or your friend has gone. You ask them, whenever they go to swimming pool after the bath, they will feel a kind of sensation in their eyes. And even though there are a lot of people goes to swimming pool, after sometimes what they happen, again they have to keep the water pure. Some people go and they take the bath in swimming pool. Of course, the water should get polluted. Water should get dirty. But after some time, it will be cleaned. Which chemical they will use is, they will use one chemical, that is one non-metal, that is used for the water purification process. That we can call it as chlorine. We call it as chlorine. This is a non-metal, is used in water purification process. Is used in water purification process. So you should remember this. Chlorine is used in water purification process. Oxygen is used for inhaling of the inhaling purpose of all animals. Nitrogen is used in fertilizers to enhance the growth of plants. So chlorine is used in water purification process. Okay. So you have to just write non-metal used in water purification processes. You just write there chlorine. And fourth one, non-metal used in the purple colored solution which is applied on wounds as an antiseptic. So non-metal that is used in purple colored solution and it is used as an antiseptic. If you have gone for any hospital, somewhere if you have a wound and if you go to government hospital or any other hospital, they will give you one ointment and you can read there. It will be written there, it is an iodine ointment. So iodine is used. So the which is the non-metal used in as antiseptic is iodine. We have to write it as iodine is used as antiseptic. Used as antiseptic. Antiseptic means the one which is against wounds. Okay. So it is used as antiseptic or used in antiseptic, you can say. Iodine. Okay. You should remember this. Oxygen, nitrogen, chlorine. You should remember although what is oxygen? Oxygen's symbol is O. Be perfect with it. Symbol of oxygen is O. Symbol of nitrogen is N. Symbol of nitrogen is N. Then iodine. What is the symbol of iodine? I. Symbol of iodine is I. Okay. Iodine is used as antiseptic. Chlorine, Cl. Chlorine, Cl. So you just write down there, non-metal used in the purple colored solution which is applied on wounds as an antiseptic is which one? Iodine. Okay. Last one, non-metals used in crackers. So in Diwali or Ganesh Chaturthi you burst the crackers. Which non-metal is used? See, there are two non-metals are using, but here we are considering mainly one non-metal. So there we are using sulfur and phosphorus. But they have given here non-metal only. These are not non-metals. So which is mainly used is sulfur. So we can say that sulfur is used. Where shall I write that? Okay, I will write here. Sulfur is used in crackers. Sulfur is used in crackers. Please note down all these points. With your notes, please note down all these points. Or you can write there sulfur non-metal used in crackers is sulfur. So these are the 5 points you should remember. Oxygen is used in inhaling purpose of all animals, whereas nitrogen is used in fertilizers to enhance the growth of plants. Iodine is used as antiseptic, that is fourth one. Third one is chlorine is used in water purification process, and sulfur is used in cracker. And 1 mark question will come on the out of these 5. Which non-metal is used in fertilizers? You should answer it as nitrogen. Which non-metal is used as antiseptic or in antiseptic? You should answer it as iodine. Or dash non-metal is used for the inhaling purpose of all animals. Oxygen. Dash is used in water purification process. Chlorine. Okay, and dash is used in crackers. Sulfur. Sulfur is a non-metal that is used in crackers. So these are the uses of metals and non-metals. Okay, you should remember all these things. So I hope just you go once again with this. Uses of metals: machinery, automobiles, aeroplanes, trains, satellites, industrial gadgets, cooking utensils and water boilers. Out of this question is asked for 2 mark. Write any 4. Metals are used in machinery, metals are used in aeroplanes, metals are used in trains, metals are used in automobiles. Metals are used in satellites. Metals are used in industrial gadgets. Metals are used in cooking utensils. Metals are used in water boilers. And regarding this, you should remember these are the 5 important uses of non-metals. Okay? Which is used in which thing? Sulfur is used in, you have to remember. First one, oxygen used in inhaling process of all animals. Nitrogen used in fertilizers. Iodine is used as antiseptic. Sulfur is used in crackers, and chlorine is used in water purification process. So you should remember all these things. So this ends your chapter. So let me quickly analyze this chapter. I will tell you what are the things that are coming here, what are the important things and important questions that appears for your exam. Okay. So just I will brief it. Okay. So what we learn is metals, that is materials and non-metals and non-metals. That is materials that are classified in the form of metals and non-metals. We should remember physical properties of metals and physical properties of non-metals. What are the physical properties of metals? See, they are what we can say, they are shiny, they are not shiny, they are hard, they are soft, they are sonorous, they are not sonorous, they are malleable and ductile, they are not malleable and ductile. These are pure good conductors of heat and electricity, these are poor conductors of heat and electricity. These have tensile strength, this does not have any tensile strength. So you should remember all these things. Okay. So these I have listed 5 to 6 here. You can list more than that also. Okay. So we can have lots of differences between metals and non-metals. And what comes in metals is which is a liquid metal. You should remember it as a mercury. Mercury is the liquid metal. Which is liquid non-metal. Bromine is a liquid non-metal. See formula of mercury Hg. Formula of bromine Br. Mercury is a liquid metal, whereas bromine is a liquid non-metal. Okay. So this is regarding metals and non-metals. Okay. Mercury and bromine. Okay. Liquid metal, liquid non-metal. And after this, what comes here? Very very important two definitions: malleability and ductility. Malleability, ductility. What we have to write? The property of metals by which they can be beaten into thin sheets. That is our malleability. The property of metals by which they can be beaten into thin sheets. So here they can be beaten into thin sheets. Beaten into thin sheets. Here what happens? The property of metals by which they can be drawn into wires. If they can be drawn into wires, malleable. If they can be beaten into thin sheets, sorry, if they can be drawn into wires, that is ductile. If they can be beaten into thin sheets, those are malleables. Drawn, they can be drawn into wires. Okay. These are the two important definitions you should remember: malleable as well as ductile. So metals are malleable as well as ductile, but non-metals are neither malleable nor ductile. So after this, they come under sonorous property. These are sonorous, those are not sonorous. Sonorous means whenever metal are beaten, they produce a ringing like sounds, which is not possible with non-metals. That one you can say. So these differences you can list out in metals and non-metals. And after that, we go for reactivity series. Okay, below hydrogens which are comes, those are having less reactiveness. Above hydrogen which are there, those are having high reactiveness. Initially what comes? Sodium and potassium. And one question comes there: why sodium metal is kept under kerosene or stored under kerosene? Why is it so? Because sodium metal is very reactive metal. Whenever it kept open to air, it catches the fire very quickly and produces lot of heat energy. So that is why sodium is kept under kerosene. Okay, sodium and potassium are the highly reactive metals. And after that, what comes? Chemical properties. You should remember all the chemical reactions with metals, chemical reaction with water, metals chemical reaction with oxygen, metals reaction with acids, metals reaction with base, and of course one displacement reaction. You should remember all these five reactions. Okay. So displacement reaction is very much important in that. then what acid reaction with acids also, and metals of reaction with oxygen, and then they form metal oxides which are basic in nature. That is important. What are the property of the one question will be asked? Sodium oxide is dash in nature. Sodium means what? Metal. Sodium oxide means what? Metallic oxide. That is basic in nature. And I have told you what are salts. Salts means there should be one metal along with chloride, mainly ours nitrate or sulfate. Metal should be with these three mainly. Even if it is with bromine, iodine also we can say sometimes it is a salt. But here in your syllabus we are considering mainly these three, because when they react with acids HCl, HNO3 or H2SO4, only we are getting Cl, nitrate, that is chloride, nitrate or sulfate. So that is why metal fluoride, metal nitrate or metal sulfates are called salts. So you should remember that. So this is regarding metal, chloride, nitrate and sulfur, that is salt. So the reaction will come, that is reaction with acids. Okay, suppose if I say, for example, if you take K plus HCl, what is producing? One salt will come in, that is ACl plus H2 is releasing. Okay, so I have to write 2 here. So 2Cl, but only 1Cl here. So again I have to balance it. I have to write 2KCl, 2Cl, 2H2, here also 2H, here also 2H. Here also 2Cl, here also 2Cl. But here 2K is there. So I will write to this side. It will also become 2K. So I have already told you. So this is one example I have given here. So 2K plus 2HCl will be 2KCl plus H2. This is a reaction with acids, metals reaction with acids. And of course there is one displacement reaction. What is displacement reaction? Whenever the most reactive metal displaces least reactive metal from its aqueous solution, we call it as a displacement reaction. Which is example, if I take copper, CuSO4 plus zinc. Zinc is most reactive compared to copper. Copper is the least reactive metal. So what happens? Zinc displaces copper from its sulfate. So it comes zinc sulfur plus copper. Zinc sulfate plus Cu. So zinc displaces copper from its aqueous solution. That is copper sulfate. So it becomes zinc sulfate. So like this it comes. So similarly there are reactions with non-metals also. So there are some reactions we can say with non-metals. With which one we can say? First, water, there is a reaction. Oxygen, there is a reaction. Okay, non-metals usually don't react with water. Sorry, they do not react with water, but with oxygen we have the what reaction of non-metal. There comes non-metallic oxide. Those are acidic in nature. How we know that? It converts blue litmus to red metals, whereas in metallic oxide they convert red litmus to blue litmus, which are basic in nature. Then again we come with reactions of acids, bases, and of course last we have one reaction, that is even acid reaction. You have to remember all those things. The acid reaction with acids is possible, but in base it is possible, but it is a little bit complex also. Okay, and when it comes to last, which one? Displacement reaction. So there you can see the highest reactive non-metal again displaces least reactive non-metal. We have already seen examples in last class. After that, what comes is today what we have seen, that is uses of or applications of metals and non-metals. Uses of metals and non-metals. Today we have seen, okay, what are the uses of metals and non-metals. Metals are used in machinery, automobiles, okay, and where they are used in aeroplanes, they are used in satellites, they are used in water boilers. Okay, you can find 4 to 6 you can list. Okay, almost in all the cases they are used in industrial gadgets, they are used in cooking utensils, they are used in electronic gadgets. So you have to write minimum 4 to 6, okay, for 2 to 3 marks. When it comes to non-metal, we have listed there, those are very very important. Which non-metal is also used, you have to write. Oxygen is used for inhaling purpose. All living beings, we are making the breathing. We are making respiration. In respiration, what we are making? We are taking oxygen inside, carbon dioxide. We are leaving carbon dioxide outside. So oxygen is used for the inhaling purpose of all living beings, mainly animals, you can say. And oxygen is used in the process of, so next oxygen is over, or nitrogen is used in fertilizers. Nitrogen is used in fertilizers, that you have to remember. Third one, chlorine is used in water purification process. Then iodine is used as antiseptic. In crackers, which one we are using? Sulfur. So mainly in crackers, two non-metals are used, phosphorus and sulfur, but highest used is sulfur. So they have asked only non-metal, they have not given their non-metals. If they have given non-metal means let us mention only one. That non-metal is used in crackers is sulfur. Sulfur is the non-metal that is present in crackers. So you should remember all these things. The one mark question or fill in the blanks might come for your exam out of these five. Which non-metal is used in crackers? You should write it as sulfur. Which non-metal is used in the water purification process? Chlorine. Which non-metal is used in the inhaling process? Oxygen. Dash non-metal is used as antiseptic. Iodine. Dash non-metal is used in fertilizers. Which non-metal is used in fertilizers? Nitrogen. So you should remember all this. With this I have given you list of metals and non-metals. Metals list with their symbols. Non-metals list with their symbols. You have to be perfect with that. When you are perfect with that, then you can easily answer all the questions for this. So read this chapter once again. So and start solving the exercise. Okay. Now only you start solving the exercise because you will not get too much time. It is a big exercise, so you will not get too much time. So start solving the exercise now only. Okay. We'll see one exercise session, that is we'll discuss all the exercise questions and answers in our next class. Thank you.